try something out. Yes, here we are. Yes. And I don't know, for those of you that have not been following from the very beginning, I used to do like some little talks at the end of, well, during the stream, right? And it's a little bit difficult to do them like during the breaks, because I'm also doing my game dailies, so it becomes kind of complicated. And a lot of people were telling me, Nuna, why don't you go back to that? We really liked it. And I think this is how I'm gonna approach it now. Like at the very end, I'm gonna do these talks, and hopefully they will stay with you like a little bit longer. And then I'm gonna try to edit the video and save them to YouTube in case you didn't make it to the end of the stream and you still wanna hear like the daily mini talks. So today's talk is how quickly we judge visible choices without understanding invisible circumstances. What is the part that we don't see? I think one of the strangest things about being human is how confident we become about stories we were never actually invited into. We see a decision, a result, a habit, a mistake, a coping mechanism, a lifestyle, a shortcut, a delay, a person doing something differently than we would. And kind within seconds, hi Massey, welcome in. And kind within seconds, sometimes without realizing it, our brains create a full narrative. They're lazy, they don't care enough, they took the easy way out, they're not trying, they should just do it properly. But most of the time, we are reacting to visible choices while having absolutely no access to the invisible circumstances that that person is going through. And I think the internet has made this even worse. Because online, we mostly meet the finished product of people's lives, not the behind the scenes reality. We kind of see the thumbnails, the grades, the house, the body, the parenting moment, the job title, the content, the response, the success, the failure, but we almost never see the exhausting circumstances, or we hardly ever see the financial limitations, the grief, the disability, the fear, the burnout, the caregiving, the learning curve, the survival mode, the nights spent trying. And yet we judge as if we were present for the whole story. So every person you meet is carrying a backpack that you cannot see. Some people are carrying depth, others are carrying trauma, others are carrying chronic illness, loneliness, parenting stress, neurodivergence, lack of support, insecurity, survival, exhaustion. And the difficult thing is, invisible struggles still shape visible outcomes. Two people can put in the same effort and get completely different results because life is not experienced on equal settings. Some people have time, some people have money, some people have energy, some people have help, and some people are surviving day by day. I remember a friend of mine when I had my two girls, and she said something along the lines like, oh, I see you with your girls, and I feel like having kids. And I told her, hey, listen, don't ever make a decision because you see someone else living the life and having fun, because I have a tribe. I have a bunch of people helping me. I have a secure tribe helping me raise my girls. So maybe my situation is not your situation. And that is something that we actually should kind of pay attention to. And I think compassion begins when we realize effort. When we realize that, that effort does not always look aesthetically pleasing. Sometimes doing your best looks messy. Sometimes doing your best is taking the subway because you don't want to walk one less than a mile, and that is perfectly fine, because the internet trains us to react really fast. The internet rewards immediate reactions. Hi, Bunny Puppy, welcome back. The internet rewards this. Quick opinions, quick outrage, quick assumptions, but empathy is slow. Empathy requires us to pause long enough to consider, maybe there is something I don't know about the life of this person. And honestly, that sentence alone could soften so many conversations. Maybe that person is adapting, maybe they are learning, maybe they are overwhelmed, maybe they're using the only tools they currently have access to. Maybe they are trying harder than it appears from the outside. And we don't have to agree with every decision people make, but also we don't have to turn every difference into moral superiority. Luna, can I have the big pink bunny? Let me see, which big pink bunny? Oh, the one over there? Yes, you can have it. I don't think you're gonna be able to get it though, but there you have it. So I believe people are usually trying just to build a life. And I think most of us are not waking up every morning trying to ruin life, trying to ruin society, work, creativity, community, art, whatever, you name it. Most people are simply trying to build a life with the resources available to them. So we are all trying to create something meaningful, support our families, express ourselves, survive emotionally, feel seen, make things work. And sometimes adaptation is misunderstood as laziness. But adaptation is often resilience, and it looks different to everyone. Humans have always used tools to bridge the gap between vision and limitation. And limitation, by the way, is not failure, it's just the reality. Perfection has always been expensive. There's also something we don't talk about enough. Perfection is often a privilege. The ideal version of doing something usually requires money, time, education, equipment, connections, emotional bandwidth, stability. Not everyone has those things equally. So when someone creates something imperfectly, builds it slowly, or chooses a path that looks unconventional from the outside, I think the kinder question actually becomes what circumstances might have shaped this choice. That question creates understanding instead of shame. I deeply admire people who continue creating despite judgment. People who start before they feel ready. Hi, Kyoko, welcome in. Like, I remember when I started streaming, I had a very, very old GPU. By the way, by the support of all of you, I was able to change that. And by the monetary help of my husband. I didn't have the resources, and I still don't have them, because that's the truth. I have 2 girls. I don't have a job, like a formal job, so I just have clients. And when you are an entrepreneur, basically some months you get money, some other months you don't get money. And so there are like a bunch of things I could have, like, to make my stream even better. So I admire people who just say, you know what the heck, I'm gonna start anyway, even if I am not in the right place. I also admire people who make things while they are insecure, people who learn publicity, people who work with limited resources, people who keep going while afraid of criticism, because it takes courage to be visible before you are polished. And the internet often celebrates finished success stories, but real life is usually built in unfinished stages. Most people are becoming while the world watches, and that is vulnerability. And they are being vulnerable and being public at the same time. So I admire that type of people. So my closing today is that we must leave room for humanity. maybe the next time we see someone making a choice we don't fully understand, let us leave a little room for humanity before rushing toward judgment. Because we are living realities that other people cannot fully see. And sometimes the kind thing to do is to remember that visible choices are often shaped by invisible circumstances. Not every imperfect solution comes from laziness, not every shortcut comes from lack of care, and not every difference deserves to be ridiculed. Sometimes people are simply trying their best with the tools, energy, knowledge, and resources they currently have. And honestly, there is something deeply human about continuing to create, adapt, and move forward anyway. Thank you so much for spending this morning with me. I promise that I will continue the daily talks. I heard you. Thank you so much to all of those that sent me messages like, Nuna, we missed your daily talks. They were like the best of your co-working stream. And I promise to sit down and write. And I'm going to try to make them all at the end of the stream anyways, because I feel it's easier. So if you have any more suggestions, if you feel like you can contribute in any way to the stream, I am always reachable and you can always let me know. I will be more than welcome to hear your choices. So